Step back in time to the lawless era of the Great Depression. The year is 1934, and two young lovers on a crime spree that will capture the nation's attention. Welcome to Bonnie and Clyde, a musical that explores the lives of the infamous outlaws who became folk heroes. Bonnie and Clyde is a musical with music by Frank Wildhorn, lyrics by Don Black, and a book by Ivan Menschel. Previously, Black and Wildhorn collaborated on Dracula the Musical, which also had its world premiere in La Jolla Playhouse. Oh yes, that is also in the spooky October series, so stay tuned for that. Now, Wildhorn got in touch with Black about the possibility of writing a song cycle loosely based on the story of Bonnie and Clyde. They released a 13-track demo recording, 5 of which are still in the present musical but altered considerably, for Atlantic Records. In February of 2009, the show held an industry-only reading at Roundabout Theater Company, starring Tony-winning actress Laura Osnes and two-time Tony nominee Stark Sands. After receiving the green light, the musical had its world premiere at the La Jolla Playhouse in San Diego, California, in November of 2009. Running for just 33 performances, the cast starred Laura Osnes, Stark Sands, and actor and singer Claiborne Elder. The Los Angeles Times Review complimented the leads, saying that Osnes effectively works the red-headed mole temptress angle, while Stark Sands' Clyde flaunts his ripped torso as often as possible. And both possess sharp musical instincts. Well, the production would go on to secure 5 major San Diego Theater Critics Circle Awards, including Outstanding New Score going to both Frank Wildhorn and Don Black. Due to a positive response from the San Diego run, the show would announce a limited engagement for the Aslo Repertory Theater in Sarasota, Florida. Opening in November of 2010, Osnes, Sands, and Elder were joined by Tony-nominated actor of stage, screen, and film Jeremy Jordan. The production's artistic director, Michael Edwards, stated, "How it goes here will determine whether it goes to Broadway." Jay Handyman of the Herald Tribune said, "There is much to recommend in this show about the two famed, obsessed Texas outlaws in the early 1930s. It boasts 2 star-making performances by Jeremy Jordan and Laura Osnes in the title roles, smooth and action-packed staging by Jeff Calhoun, an impressive set that also displays historic videos and photos, and a tune-filled score by Frank Wildhorn and lyricist Don Black." Well, in November of 2011, Bonnie and Clyde would ask theatergoers, "How about a dance?" as the production officially opened at the Gerald Schoenfeld Theater, running for 36 performances and starring Osnes, Elder, and Jordan, along with award-winning South African-born Canadian actress Melissa Vanderschiff. The opening night received mixed reviews. Critic Ben Brantley of the New York Times stated that Jordan exudes a naturally intense presence, and he works hard at making Clyde seem both wholesome and menacing. And that Miss Osnes is a lovely young woman of fashion model proportions and an instinctive, accessible elegance that reads ingenue. Although he went on to add, "I don't think ingenue was what Bonnie Parker was about. And Clyde, honey, tain't nothing gonna do to raise the pulse of something that's as near dead as the show you're in." Now, unfortunately, in December 30th, the day before New Year's Eve, the production would close, leaving its director Jeff Calhoun to say, "I've never had a show close while it was still playing to audiences like a hit." By January 2022, 11 years after Bonnie and Clyde graced the stage, it was time for the gang to raise a little hell, this time taking the show to London's West End, except as a set of 2 concerts, both at the Theatre Royal. The production was set to reunite original Broadway stars Jeremy Jordan and Laura Osnes in the roles they originated, this time for their West End debut. However, in November of 2021, it was reported that Osnes was replaced by Olivier Award-winning actress Frances McCann. The concert production was filmed and was made available to stream in June of this year. As a special surprise, on the day of the second concert, it was announced that a fully staged West End production of Bonnie and Clyde would begin performances at the Arts Theatre in April of 2022. This time, the world would remember them. McCann reprising her role from the concert alongside British stage and television actor Jordan Luke Gage would give West End audiences a chilling look into this famous duo. To round out the cast, musician and actor George Maguire and British musical theatre actress Natalie McQueen would star as Buck and Blanche Barrow. Unfortunately, just like the Broadway version, I'm sorry, Buck, but you're going back to jail. West End audiences praised the musical score, appreciating the catchy melodies and evocative storytelling, along with praising the musical set design, staging, and choreography for its energy and visual appeal. Well, in October of 2022, it was announced that the West End cast would transfer to the Garrick Theatre, opening in March of 2023, with the pair McCann and Gage raising hell yet again as the famous Bonnie and Clyde. Most of the cast reprised their roles except for Natalie McQueen, who would be replaced by British actress and dancer Jodie Steele. It was made clear the duo may have met their demise in their real lifetime, but were having a hell of a time recreating their story all over the UK. Now, it was announced at the final performance of Bonnie and Clyde at the Garrick Theatre that, well, dying ain't so bad, because the show would begin a UK Ireland tour beginning in February of this year, only to unfortunately end its run in May of 2024. Buck, I'm sorry, but this time you're going back to jail to stay. And so the saga of Bonnie and Clyde comes to a tragic end. Their story, a tale of love, crime, and the American dream gone awry, continues to fascinate and captivate audiences of all ages. Until next time, remember, dying ain't so bad. Not if you both go together. Only when one's left behind does it get sad. But a short and loving life that ain't so bad.